I definitely want to apologize that this is 3 minutes behind. We're definitely how should you say it? When you're not on time to this like big elaborate thing that you're doing, this big shindig, you're tardy for the party. Is that it?
Late to the party.
Yeah. Anyways. What's going on, everybody? It is Tuesday night, the 25th of May. It is 9:30 p.m. Central Time. That means it is time over on the Cinefanatics channel for the tagline. We are the Cinefanatics. My name is Robert Adams.
My name's Chris Adams.
And we've got a lot to talk about tonight. Good Lord.
I'm in a mood right now. Let me tell you. I just went on a walk.
I just went on a mood for.
Shut your face. I just went on a walk, and my walks that I've been doing are nice. They are peaceful, and I come back energized and in a proper mental state. And I'm in a mood. I'm just having some fun. Let's have some fun. He is not in the same mood as me. Oh boy. All my energy is going to get wasted.
Thank you all for being here tonight. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this show tonight. There's a lot of stuff to do. Right off the bat, again, as always, y'all have any questions, comments, anything you want to send in, you want to feel bad for me, over there on streamlabs.com/cinefanatics. Anything you do on there is sure to make me feel better. Hit that up if you have questions, comments, anything. Also, there is a super chat. We are on YouTube. If you want to use super chat, cool. Also.
Garth is right.
I can talk about that here in a second. Also, hop on our Patreon, patreon.com/cinefanatics. We have awesome things coming up. One of which that I will go ahead and talk about is this coming Thursday, probably about 9 Central, so 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. We are going to go back and watch this first class league match from today. I have a lot to talk about. There's stuff behind the scenes that I'll talk about. If you want to know exactly what was in my head during that 5-pointer question, I will break down immediately because I'll give you a quick behind the scenes. Everything going through my mind, thinking about that question, coming up with the answer, and then on top of that is I also have this layer going. I'm going to have to talk about this on Thursday when we do the breakdown of this FCL match. So I'm remembering that in that moment as well. There's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about on Thursday. So if you want to be here for that, that is on, what is that? That's the Maverick tier. Stupid Tom Cruise. This on the Maverick tier on our Patreon. This is the same tier that you get to participate in our Patreon movie quiz, shenanigan stuff. So if you are on that tier, if you are helping us like study and prepare for these matches, then you are also invited to come back and hear the thoughts and everything of those matches. So yeah, hop on that Maverick tier, join us for these quizzes, these trivia. We will have probably another one coming up very soon. I don't know. Scheduling might be off for this like next week or so, but we're going to have probably another breakdown very soon as well. But yeah, hop on that tier. Anyways, the other thing I want to say before we get this show started is, we're on YouTube tonight. It works. It works on YouTube. Not like last week where we fumbled around for a bit, but I think like the trying it out on Twitch was actually very successful. I like that. Plus, thanks to everyone who watches us, who follows us, we got a pretty good amount of views when it was uploaded to YouTube later on. So I'm very proud of our community. Thank you for the support.
All of our Cinefan heads out there.
Cinefan heads. I like it.
That's fun.
We're gonna be running this YouTube channel for like at least like the next 10 years, and we will still not know what to call the actual fans of the Cinefanatics. We'll just be like, hey, use people who help us out. I don't know why I went like that New York gangster.
You turned into Gerald Battaglia.
Use people that are helping us out.
Hey, who's guys?
Hey,
guys
who give
us the help. Hey,
we appreciate you guys, or as they call it in Texas, y'all.
Hey, y'all. What's up, y'all? Cinefanatics. It's a little wordy.
Yeah, I do want to come back to this real quick. It's not that I hated making the image. I'm actually really proud that I managed to put Timothee Chalamet's face on Willy Wonka. But it was because I needed to hurry up with that image and get ready for this thing I did today. I don't know what it is, but we'll probably talk about it here in a minute.
We are many. We are Cine-Legion.
Cine-Legion. I like that too. Anyways,
what's up, everybody? Everybody hanging out in the chat.
What
Glad to see Andre's here, Tyler's here, Vernon's here, Garth is here.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What else do we have coming? What other shows do we have coming? What is today? Tuesday? It is Tuesday night, 9:30. Tagline. Okay.
Dang, Vernon. God.
Someone's about to lose their wrench tonight.
Sheesh. That's okay. I'll give it back to him afterwards.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So we do have another show on Saturday. I don't have a thumbnail for it. At least me and Adam Witt. Again, I would reaching out to Sean on these things as well to try to have him back on it. He's been very busy the last few weeks, so we'll see if we can get him back on there. But otherwise, at the very least, you get me and Adam Witt breaking down the Bad Batch. I do not have a thumbnail again this time. Did not get that ready, but you guys know the Bad Batch. I mean, you seen the Bad Batch? I'm trying to promote a show right now. Stop clicking on them and wait till I'm done. See, I have to put up with, guys. Yeah, we got the Bad Batch breakdown. You watch the Bad Batch. It's on Disney Plus. It's about the Bad Batch clones. It's the clones after the Clone Wars and all the stuff that they do. We break down each episode, talk about theories, talk about ideas and stuff, where they're taking it, what's going on, and how it all relates to the bigger Star Wars universe. It's a lot of fun. If you're keeping up with the Bad Batch, I would ask that you please show up, because while it's been fun doing it with Adam, I like to have that chat interaction, and there haven't been a lot of people interacting lately. So let's get some interaction on that one. It's gonna be a lot more fun. Anyway, Bad Batch breakdown Saturday, probably 8:00 our time. So that'd be 6 Pacific, 9:00 Eastern. So
yeah, that's one of the benefits of running a YouTube channel is you start learning the time zones so quick.
Yeah, it's also. If you don't realize, you say the same thing 18,000 times.
That's like joining the military. I learned military time like real quick. So,
okay, this one's kind of my favorite right now.
Chris talking about Bad Batch. Robert will talk about Bad Match. I mean, it wasn't a bad match.
Oh, it was a good match.
Yeah,
you fought hard. You fought back. You did well.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about a little bit of FCL. If y'all haven't seen it, it was the FCL match that played like a couple hours ago. It was myself versus Robert Montano of Late to the Party. And yeah, it would. This one. Here's the thing. I'll give y'all some like true behind the scenes thoughts without diving too deep, because I don't really need to. And
because it's saved for our Patreon.
Well, no, not that behind the scenes. This one, I was kind of miffed. Can we say miffed? Miffed is a good one, I would believe. As to us being the undercard. I get the whole thing. I get like the whole storyline set up, everything between John Knight and Andrew Furtado, which was beautifully done. I'm happy that we got to participate in what happened today. I think what those two did, the characters, the work that they bring to the FCL is absolutely astounding. I like the FCL is still like brand new. We've only been at this for like 2 months, and already we're hitting this level of character work. This is the kind of character work I would expect to see in the movie trivia Schmodown. So, now granted, we don't have as many FCL episodes during the week like the Schmodown has, so they have a little more breathing room to stretch out these cut scenes, some stories and whatnot. We're trying to hurry up and get some stories off the ground and like get this content in your face holes. So that being said, I think they're doing a very, very lovely job. But you got two people that were like old school reactors for the movie trivia Schmodown. I think this is probably the first time that you have like two people who were considered Schmodown competitors before the FCL going against each other in the FCL.
Yeah.
And mine I use very lightly, so, but still, I mean, yeah, I know. Well, I mean, we got to stop. Here's the thing. We got to stop that joke because then it's going to just become like common talking about matches. You're just going to have to take a drink.
That is very specific to one individual match.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the thing. Like, I know we obviously talked about this beforehand, but in regards to like the storyline of why you had John Knight and Furtado being the headlining match, essentially, you watch the show that the two of those guys put on. Those guys put on a good show.
And today they did fantastic.
This was
this
was a fire episode of the FCL today because those two guys performed their hearts out on that. So yeah, in that regard, you know, it does make sense to say like, here's the thing. Actually, I'll put it this way: if FCL was able to do like a pay-per-view event, I would have pegged today's as a pay-per-view event where you have both an undercard and a main card that are both really good fire matches that you want to pay for. That is what I would have pegged today's event as. But the FCL is not doing that yet, so you have what you have.
Yeah, that's actually like that was something I thought of earlier as well. Again, I didn't want to bring it up, especially during the FCL match itself. But yeah, these were two really good matches. I mean, again, John Knight and Andrew Furtado, their character work's fantastic. Myself and Montano came in as already like pre-existing competitors, people you already knew of that were familiar from the Schmodown coming in. Like everything had like either hype built in already or they built it up with very proper character work. So yeah, this was a lot of fun for this match today. I had a lot of fun with it. I did not walk away like sad or upset. I'm still able to be on camera, still making jokes and stuff, and I'm just enjoying this because it has been a rough day, but I mean,
well, it is also acknowledged that at some point we will run through everybody who is able to compete in the FCL. And at the same time, we are going to want to bring back people who have lost matches to still have another shot. But the thing is it's obviously it's the same as the Schmodown for like rookies and stuff. In the Schmodown, if you lose your first match, the odds of you getting a second match do fall down. They are a little bit slimmer, but there is more room in the FCL, especially if anybody actually gets picked up into the Schmodown in one of the free agencies coming up. So there will be room there.
Did you happen to see at the beginning? Like, so I came in with the bowler shirt like normal, but I happen to have it like in such a way. I noticed this like later. I was like, the shirt said "I ass," and that's all you could see.
You're like, oh, this needs to come off.
I was like, oh, all right, it's time to take off the bowler. Well, I had to take off the bowler shirt because of the cut scene at the end, so I wasn't wearing a bowler shirt in that. So, anyways, yeah, that was a lot of fun. Again, if you're on our Maverick tier on Patreon, I will be breaking down my thoughts and feelings while playing this match on Thursday night. So hop on that Maverick tier, come join us. It's going to be a lot of fun because I have a lot to dish about.
Honestly, I'll tell you, I'll give you guys a helpful hint. What day is Thursday? Ooh, this is conflicting actually. This might not work the way I want it to. Hop on the Maverick tier now. Those of you who are not a part of it. Wait a little bit. And before June is up, hop off and hop onto whatever tier you want. Or hop off the Patreon. Whatever you want to do. What I'm saying is you're going to want to be on that Maverick tier for at least a little bit in order to properly utilize that Maverick tier the way we're intending it right now.
Yeah, it might be beneficial to be on there for
literally more to come in the next few days. But seriously, go ahead. If all you can do is a month, if you can do a month, this would be a good month to try it out.
It'll really be worth it. It really will be worth it.
Just saying. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, I think that's it for FCL. Personal, like, how's your week been?
Not bad. It's been okay. It's been a good week. Oh, yeah. Personal. I'm changing some stuff up back here. I don't know if you guys have noticed. The background's changed a little bit. Looks a little bit different. Gonna get some lights and stuff, but that's because I am trying to make it look like a more professional background for a streamer because I'm streaming. Y'all should probably know we were on my Twitch channel last week, but it is twitch.tv/ChrisAdamsMLP. Feel free to follow if you haven't. And then whenever I'm live, if you want to sub, that's also cool and very helpful. But yes, I will be switching my camera from the webcam to an actual DSLR camera. And at some point getting lights back there to make it pop. So it'll be nice and professional looking. That's my personal. Are we talking about movies yet too, or just the personal?
No, just the personal.
Okay. Yeah, that's my personal.
I know for mine. So again, y'all know I started a new position at my job. I've been in training classes. So yep. Hey, it's a good thing Robert Adams put that in there. But I've been in a training class over the past week. So that's all I've been doing is just sitting in this training class. There's a lot of new people to my company in this training class. So they're all having to learn stuff that I already know because I've been working for this company for like over 2 years. So yeah, a lot of it is, and y'all know, everyone knows it's like a cable company. So I'm hearing a lot of like, here's our internet, here's our TV package. Like, yeah, I know this. I sell it like crazy already. So other than that, just kind of like boring classroom training. Everything else has been pretty good so far. Enjoying this. The filming of promos and stuff was kind of nerve-wracking at a bit, but yeah, just trying to cram all that in. It's fun. I'm not meaning that to be a complaint at all. I'll never trade like a day of like being able to do something creative like that, but
helping or hurting, Cam? Helping or hurting? That's all I'll say. Yes, this is the other personal thing.
The gentleman.
I don't know
I still will say, out of every single person in the FCL, myself included, you have the best. Was it nickname? Stage name?
Oh, that depends on how I utilize it. And I'm working on that. I got a little bit of time to work on that. Hey, all right.
Well, tough. Don't go through an internet or cable company. Oh wait, you don't have a choice. That's right. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, movies watched.
This will be fun.
You got one that you're reviewing.
Yeah, I got one that I'll be reviewing towards the end of our movie news, as usual.
And I got one that I should have seen a while ago and just caught up on this week. And I'm ready for its sequel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I watched A Quiet Place.
By the way, your Twitch watch-along stream was fantastic on that.
Huh?
You're not Twitch,
Twitter.
All these things that begin with twit. All these twits all over the place.
Well, stop being a twit and get it right.
Too many twits out there. And the websites. Yeah.
Right?
Give Chris La La Land.
Right? I could kill at that. No, I watched A Quiet Place for the first time. Okay, so you guys know I'm not like a big horror movie person, so I'm not like into, all your like Friday the 13th and your Nightmare on Elm Streets and all your other whatever Conjurings and all that nonsense. It's good. Quiet Place is one of those horror movies that I can watch and will be perfectly fine watching. It's just jump scares, guys. It's just jump scares. You can watch that. I mean, unless you got a bad heart, then I probably wouldn't recommend it. But otherwise, you can watch it. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It was very thrilling. And man, by the end of the movie, like I'm fighting back tears as well as sad tears as well as like tears of joy. Like, oh, I want to see what happens next. Please give me a sequel. And that means I'm very glad I actually waited till right before the second one's coming out to watch this one, because now I'm like, all right, quick turnaround to the sequel. I don't have to wait a whole long time. Oh man, I'm ready. I think it's going to be good. But yeah, great movie. I really enjoyed it.
So that's like the give or take on that is like you got to watch the movie for the first time and you'll see the sequel like less than a week after you watched the first one. The downside is you didn't get to watch the first one in a movie theater. And again, these are movies you go see in a theater.
That's fine. I get that. I understand that, but I also really enjoyed the movie. So I think I'm okay.
Yeah. So that was your one movie. I did catch up on a couple of movies. Try to see. I know there's a couple I need to add to my Letterboxd that I just haven't added yet. Yeah. I did catch up on was it Midnight Run? After Tagline last week, we were talking about the death of Charles Grodin. Yeah. And I want to say it was Garth that was suggesting you need to stop what you're doing right now and go watch Midnight Run. So I watched Midnight Run. Absolutely loved it. That was a good movie. Very enjoyable. I also caught up on a couple others that I needed to do that I hadn't hit yet, especially like some rom-coms. I hit up When Harry Met Sally and Sleepless in Seattle. Sleepless in Seattle, not a huge fan of that. When Harry Met Sally, I tried watching a couple of times and never made it through. This time I turned it on with the idea I'm going to make it through, and that movie was great. I loved When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah. It's a classic. Real quick, what are 3D audio headphones? Because this sounds like an experience. I've seen that movie. I saw that movie with regular audio coming from my computer. That sounds intense. Cool.
What else did y'all see? Cam Shaw, you watched Son of the Mask? Because, sorry.
That's a movie.
The Lonely Guy with Steve Martin. Here's the thing. Like, I'm a big fan of anything with Steve Martin, especially when Steve Martin is paired with somebody. Was it My Blue Heaven, where he's paired with Rick Moranis and they bounce off of each other. I really like that. That was a good movie as well.
I like that movie. That's a good
movie. Yeah. I mean, we're not sitting here doing like full-on reviews. Hey, welcome to Cinefanatics. It's time for our review of My Blue Heaven, a movie that came out almost 40 years ago, almost.
Ask me any movie.
30? Yeah. Jaws.
I like that movie. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Now, if anybody in the chat can know what we just quoted, what we just referenced, you get 10 Cinefanatic points to be used whenever I understand what Cinefanatic points are.
Up until then, it's like, whose line is it anyways, where the points don't matter.
But they could at some point, so hold on to them. No, but for real. I actually want to see if anybody knows what we were just quoting. But we should move on.
Yeah. Let's get into some movie news. Speaking of A Quiet Place, which this probably would have been a better segue. while we were talking about A Quiet Place, but nonetheless, here we are. Quiet Place. Emily Blunt was saying that it seems like it was planned to be a trilogy. So there may be a third movie coming out.
I want to watch The Quiet Place with these.
7.1 surround sound. You get a sense of so that's like that's headphones you could put on, and then when like something happens, like say in the background of the scene, you hear it like way back here, and then something that's like right in front of your face, you hear.
I feel like
those are cool.
I feel like they had those kinds of headphones at the MGM studios back at Disney World way back in the day when we went and I was a youngster. They had like those sound test rooms or whatever that they were doing that kind of stuff with, and you could put on headphones that did that. I don't know why I seem to remember that, but I do.
Yeah. I've heard that happen in headphones before. I think I've even heard that even in like AirPods and stuff, where you hear you might be watching something and you hear the thing go across the screen. You actually hear it go from like your right to left headphones.
Yeah, I think most audio they have the left to right stuff, but I don't to be able to have like the entire like spatial audio experience is kind of cool sounding. Anyway, yeah. So Emily Blunt says Quiet Place could be a trilogy.
Yeah. Without really mentioning or saying what happens in A Quiet Place Part 2, but I mean, you watch A Quiet Place 1, you can kind of like get a sense and feel that there should be a second one. I'm going to guess that A Quiet Place Part 2 is going to end that same way. So I do like the idea of a third one, just because that means that they already have a very strong feeling that the second one is going to be very successful. So,
and it will be too. This is one of those that I'm glad that they actually delayed it, and I think I'm going to end up saying that for a lot of these movies that are going to start coming out now. This is one I'm glad they delayed, because we obviously were supposed to get this movie April last year.
This is probably the one movie that has the longest embargo on it. Because I remember seeing Perry Nemiroff. She saw it at a critic screening last year. And then it was one of those like kind of like Mulan, like the day after the critic screen, they're like, nope, we're going to delay it. And now she's just now starting to be able to talk about it again.
Can you imagine?
Insane.
Can you imagine seeing a movie at a screening that you really enjoyed and you really just like, I want to see that movie again, and then you can't for an entire year?
Imagine if that was like Avengers Endgame.
Oh,
oh, that would suck.
That'd be very unfortunate. Yeah. Wow. You know what's crazy, guys, is that considering, again, we're in the same apartment, I heard his sneeze still, even though he muted himself.
Apparently I'm allergic to losing, but whatever.
Oh man, you should be red and puffy all over.
Hi.
The gentleman.
That's not something a gentleman says.
Every time I do say something like snappy or sarcastic witted like that, I should just go, the gentleman.
The gentleman.
The gentleman. Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out, like, for your character, going back to FCL real quick, for your character, if we should make the nod to How I Met Your Mother whenever they say the gentleman. Y'all let us know in the chat. If y'all familiar with that running gag that they had on How I Met Your Mother, do you think he should incorporate that into his character as well?
The show ended in an awful way, but man, were they good on their running gags. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially the slaps. The slaps were the best.
Something tells me if I do that, Nick Harley will really appreciate it.
Oh, what? The guy who likes TV is going to recognize a trope from a TV show? Go figure.
If he doesn't, I'm going to call him out on it.
Oh, yeah. That would be fun.
That would be fun to call out somebody who's like going on about TV in the movie trivia league.
General knowledge?
General knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not getting a top hat. I'm not.
I think we talked about a top hat or like a fedora or something.
I'll get a top hat before I get a fedora. Are you kidding?
I want to see, like, here's the thing.
My lady.
Yeah. Then a fedora doesn't quite work. I I want to see you get a top hat, not just because I think it would work good for your character, but just because I would like to have access to one of those top hats that like folds flat that you can just pop it out, and then throw it on. Like that would be cool.
We should roll over to the Lucy in Disguise and see how much they have them for.
Well, yeah. Although we could probably just pick one up on Amazon. Not a sponsor.
I mean, there's that too, but where's the fun? So yeah,
keep Austin weird.
There you go. Yeah, support the local shops. I'm into a trilogy. I think that makes the most sense here, especially because, like you were saying, the way the first one ended off, the second one's probably going to end off the same way as well. It's going to be successful. Like I was saying, it was supposed to come out last year. It's been sitting for so long. I think people are ready for it. I know that I'm ready for it. I know a lot of people probably rewatched the first one during the quarantine times or even right now and are just super enthusiastic about going and seeing this one. We are seeing the box office is kind of coming back, so that is something I want to re-include in this show again at some point. But, we're seeing, for instance, talking about box office, there's a new story for you. Look at Fast and Furious and how it's doing overseas right now. It's got like it's like over 100 million or whatever. It's like 160, 190 million or whatever overseas, which is a huge number. One, considering there's still a worldwide pandemic. Redundant. Two, considering that we haven't had movies in a while, and that overseas movies, you don't normally see that big of a number coming right out of the gate on a lot of things. So it just shows that Fast and Furious is super popular in other countries, and I'm super excited to see that one too. But
yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like at some point they've had so many cars and vehicles flying through the air in those movies, like off of ramps. At some point, I mean, the odds are there must have been a shark like swimming underneath one of those vehicles at some point. So I'm pretty sure they've already done that. I
would not be mad. I would not be mad if they literally do that in a movie, just for the lulz, just because they can.
They did it. They did it in Happy Days. So
yeah, that's where the phrase comes from.
Yeah, I believe that was the creation of that phrase.
Yeah, that's where the phrase, when it gets so ludicrous that it's like, okay.
Ludicrous is jumping a shark.
That we nailed it. Ludicrous needs to be one jumping a shark,
and so we could all sit back and go, "That was ludicrous." Yes, it was.
Yeah. Also, Tyrese needs to be in the passenger seat with him. Yeah. Oh, this is not in fuego.
Earn that paycheck, Tyrese. Earn that
paycheck, Tyrese.
I do like. Andres, I want to introduce myself in a mask in my first match. Do the Predator mask opening where he twists the tubes off and the gas comes out of the mask as it's removed. Yeah, but then that requires everyone watching to refer to you as an ugly mother. Family-friendly channel. You don't want that.
You're one ugly monkey fighter.
Where's the edited version of that? I wonder what that was.
That's Snakes on a Plane.
You're one ugly Mr. Rogers.
Tired of these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday
plane. Yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. Speaking of Fast and Furious, let's move on to that next story.
One of the people who used to be associated with the Fast and Furious movies, who don't know if he still is, if he might be reincorporated, or if he's just going to stay on his little separate timeline thing. Dwayne Johnson has signed on to start another, I guess, movie. Go figure. But he will be lending his very muscular voice.
How's a voice muscular?
I don't know. Like, I don't know why you would get Dwayne Johnson for doing voiceover work, but
no, you're right. Dwayne Johnson's voice is muscular.
But he will be voicing Crypto, the super dog. And I don't know what it's going to be. Some kind of a project solely focused on Crypto. I don't know if it's going to involve the other super pets, but as of right now, it involves Crypto. For those not familiar, hold on. Crypto is Superman's dog, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
Felt like
the
you
longest bit
needed the explanation on that. So
that was the longest bit we've ever done.
yeah, I know he did Moana, but I mean, the thing with that is, was it Maui looks exactly like him in an animated form. So,
hey, Robert, who voiced Maui in Moana?
that would be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Terry Crews.
I'll take my 5 point now.
Nixon.
What? That's not a 5-pointer? Yeah. Oh God.
Okay, so but here's the thing. We're gonna break this down. We're gonna talk about this. Apparently, he's doing well as Black Adam because they want him on another project in the DC universe.
Anybody else notice that Crypto Superdog sounds a lot like Black Adam? No.
Well,
just
maybe.
me. Just me. I'm the ones. Okay.
I would assume he's going to do an accent with Black Adam.
I mean, he could do an accent with Crypto. I mean, do any of us actually know what a Kryptonian dog sounds like?
I mean, I would assume that he's probably going to talk with an American accent and speak English.
Hi, I'm Crypto, the super dog. Hi.
He's going to sound like the Mad Hatter. Oh goodness! I'm Crypto, the super dog.
Let's not be silly, like freaking Edwin.
I'll shoot you with my eye laser. Then a happy on birthday to you.
Very merry on birthday. Yeah. Since we're talking about like cartoon characters, real quick. This one I read about today, right before my match started, is Samuel E. Wright, who did the voice of Sebastian in 1989's Little Mermaid, passed away. That one hurts a bit because that's the only thing I really knew him for. And the reason I feel like personally that hurts for me, I love The Little Mermaid. That was like right up my alley when I was a kid watching Disney cartoons. So
was it?
I mean, yeah. So here's the thing. There's that stigma that I've had growing up my entire life. Even through like middle school and high school, I couldn't tell people that I liked The Little Mermaid because everyone would tease and make fun of me. And now I've gotten to the point where I run a movie YouTube channel and I can tell all you people who made fun of me about liking Little Mermaid, yeah, go screw yourself. I don't care. I love The Little Mermaid. You can just sit on a finger that's in the middle of this hand and rotate. I don't care. I love The Little Mermaid.
That escalated quickly.
So the reason I connect to it so much is I almost dare anyone to sing either Under the Sea or Kiss the Girls. Sing it out loud, not in the Sebastian Jamaican accent.
Under the Sea.
No.
Under the Sea. Yeah, this is not good.
No, exactly. You can't sing it without what he did for that character. No, you see
darling,
her?
It's better down where it's wetter under the sea.
See, now you just sound like a creeper.
Yeah.
So yeah, like much love to Samuel E. Wright. May you rest in peace. But I will always love what he did as Sebastian. I don't even think the character was originally written to be like Jamaican. He just threw that in there. Disney was like, yeah, okay, we'll let it go.
Yeah.
Aren't those the lyrics to WAP? I don't know.
If they're not, they're dang close.
Everything's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me.
That's pretty. It's pretty close. Macaroni in a pot. So, yeah. Dwayne Johnson is Crypto.
Yeah, I don't know what else they're doing with this project. I don't know if there was like more explanation. Unfortunately, when I saw it, I had to quickly like read the title of the news and then move on. So. Dwayne Johnson as Crypto, though, I mean, it could be interesting. I would like to see how this develops, whether it is going to be like a live action with CGI animals. This might not even be for a movie that's going to be theatrically released, so I don't know.
I mean, at the very least, DC is like really good about its animated stuff, so why not?
I do want to see something. I want to see Crypto. Like, I'm not a big Crypto Superdog fan. When I was a kid, he was like a joke character. And now he's gotten more popular because they've made cartoons of him aiming at a very young demographic.
For kids.
So, yeah. So I'm not really that interested in Crypto at all. But I like the idea if they were to do like the Lion King live action animation style for Crypto. If they would basically get a white dog that looks like a real dog and put a red cape on him.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see a live action realistic CGI animation of
You can watch that. It's called Underdog.
I mean, as much as I like Jason Lee.
While we're on the topic of DC, this is a good question to ask. What do you think of Injustice being the next DC anime movie? Here's the thing. I have not played the Injustice games, but I will tell you what I have done is I've watched literally the entire cutscenes of the games almost in a movie form on YouTube. I got engrossed in the story of the cutscenes of a video game on YouTube. That's where my life is at. But it was a really good storyline. So for them to actually turn it around and actually make it a movie, yeah, I'm sold. I want to see it. That's a good idea.
Guys, y'all have any other questions, comments? Again, if you feel sorry for me on my FCL match, streamlabs.com/Cinefanatics. Please throw something in there. I mean, if you got some pocket change that you don't need, I mean, we'll take that too. But typically whole dollars are good. But yeah. Hello, Tyler. Welcome to the show, Tyler. Let's talk about Tyler for a minute. Are you in a movie, Tyler?
What are you up to, Tyler?
Okay. We'll wait for that response. So moving on, this one I think is when creating like thumbnails and like ordering like what movie news we need to talk about in order that I believe is going to cater to a good thumbnail to a good like YouTube audience. I have to sometimes put personal preference aside.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, this is a really good sounding story, but it's not going to bring the clicks and views if this is what is on our thumbnail. Although I'm kind of second guessing myself as I say this now, because if I actually would have had the time to put together the thumbnail based completely on this one news story, the thumbnail would have looked awesome. Also, if I knew Photoshop a lot better. But yeah, it was announced Mark Ruffalo and Emma Stone are going to star in a movie called Poor Things. This is from the director of The Lobster, Yorgos Lanthimos. I believe he also directed Schmodown. What's it called? The Favorite.
Just can't help losing today over and over.
Yo, shut up. You can fudge off right now. Just fudge yourself off the screen. Anyways, yeah. This is a remake-ish of Frankenstein. Here's the kicker to this, and this is why the thumbnail would have been awesome. Emma Stone is playing the Frankenstein monster.
Oh, sold. Done. I'm into it.
Yeah. So this is the guy who directed The Lobster and The Favorite, doing a Frankenstein movie where Emma Stone is the monster. Now, what I was reading about this, I don't have anything saying if Mark Ruffalo is playing the Dr. Frankenstein role. So nothing confirming that, but it was saying that Emma Stone is supposed to be the monster.
I mean, I would think so. What's his other option? A love interest to Frankenstein's monster?
I mean, maybe if you're into that kind of thing.
Him and Emma Stone? I don't see it.
Also, keep in mind that she's dead and sewn together of other dead people's body parts. So how you see Mark Ruffalo and Emma Stone in Natural might not actually matter.
I ain't gonna kink shame.
I mean, you shouldn't really. I mean, we want this channel to stay live and people watching us, so we're not going to get canceled.
People. If it involves dead people, you shame that. Good God.
We're not going to give in to cancel culture by saying that Mark Ruffalo's in the dead Emma Stone, because let's be honest, most of us would probably be into dead Emma Stone. Maybe not. I don't know. What y'all can all just keep that quiet. We don't need to admit that. Please.
What are you saying right now? What are these words coming out of your mouth?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Yeah.
I mean,
this movie sounds good.
It sounds like an interesting project. It really does.
Yeah.
I got not much else to say about that. I would like to see a trailer, please.
Here's the thing. Like, we were talking about even before the pandemic, like the state of movies where hello, Malcolm. The state of movies where we seem to be stuck like in an ocean of remakes and sequels and reboots and very little original productions. Now, I'm not saying that like doing another movie about Frankenstein is wholly original, but at the same time, doing it with that kind of a twist is very interesting, very intriguing. Any other words that begin with I that I can think of.
The question actually is when's the last time we got a Frankenstein movie? And if it's I, Frankenstein, then we're due. We're due something. Because
apparently we should ignore that movie existence.
Yeah, that means our last Frankenstein movie came before I, Frankenstein.
Was that was what, Aaron Eckhart?
Aaron Eckhart, yep.
Yeah.
Big old fat pass on that one. Yeah, so I'm into this idea, but here's the thing. This sounds like it's Yorgos Lanthimos directing Emma Stone. This is going to be quirky. This is going to be quirky as mess.
There was also this, Victor Frankenstein. Every time I see the word Frankenstein, I'm stuck in wanting to read it Frankenstein because of Mel Brooks. So,
yeah. All right, Cam. Rest up. Hope you start feeling better.
So before we switch into the next news topic, we did get a Streamlabs from all of the chat. Thank y'all for all pitching in and pitching in $1. Thank you. The message here is, here's $1 so you could go buy a couple of cough drops before your next FCL match, Robert. Don't want you to choke. By the way, good luck to Chris Adams on making us proud. # in Chris we trust.
I got you. I got you guys. I got all of you. 'Cause I'm the gentleman. Hey. All right, there it is. Yeah, you suck today. What's going on, Kat? How's it going? Welcome to the chat.
It's going to be quirky and murky. I mean, here's hoping. I know one of the goals of the FCL is to make it up into the movie trivia Schmodown proper, and the chat was blessed by the presence of Mr. Coy Jandro today. So,
yep.
Hopefully, he liked what he saw. Here's the thing: like, this is what I like about the FCL. Again, real quick. It doesn't matter if you necessarily win or lose a game. Sure, if you win, you want to be able to prove that you won on fantastic movie trivia knowledge recall. But you also want to prove a couple other things, like whether you're working on a character or how you handle defeat, how you handle a win. Like, just a lot of this, I feel like, is what they're looking for on bringing a person into the Schmodown, because that's what you need to be a personality, to be successful in the Schmodown. So
can you pull an answer under pressure at the last second and make Montano look foolish for having written it down the board to try to catch you?
Yeah, I mean, like something like that. that is something. So, like, even in defeat, I know what the Schmodown's looking for. I know what they like. I don't mind so much. And I said this at the top of the show also. I don't mind losing to Robert Montano. Yeah. He's a very worthy opponent. So
you would have minded losing to Andrew Furtado.
Yeah, because we knew nothing about him. So
yeah. Hello, Pedro from Austin,
Brazil,
Texas, USA. How's it going? How you doing? Welcome.
Yeah, so anyways, a lot of fun today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I choked and I lost the match. I'm sorry to let y'all down. You have a lot that you have to do. You understand what you have to do now, right? You better bring that win for the Addams family.
Wouldn't have to if you did your job.
Oh, anyway. Hey, no. This is a kayfabe-free zone.
Too soon? Oh. Hey, guys, guess what? We're brothers, and I'm going to lay into... That's better phrasing. I need to actually have better phrasing than that.
We're brothers.
No, stop it. You stop that right now.
That's not much better.
That. Do not start that. No. Make Amy proud. You know, we try to. She is
proud of us.
And honestly, like the entire family pulls for her because she is the untalented one in our family. So we all have the talent. She does the best she can. We're gonna make her proud.
For those of you who don't know what we're referencing, Amy Addams is our sister. So
Yep. She's trying to get it done out there in Hollywood land, and we're still back here in Austin, Texas. Is Amy Addams from Austin? Is Amy Addams from Texas? I don't know. Anyway, what's the next news topic? Well said. It's apparently there's a biopic out there. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Do you believe that they could make a biopic of Cher? Because apparently they're wanting to.
I can still hear through my computer. It doesn't work. Oh no!
That was a bad time to be wearing earbuds. But apparently they want to do a biopic of the life of Cher, the singer Cher. And I'm going to throw this out here at the top of talking about this. If they don't get Kristen Milotti, speaking of How I Met Your Mother, if they don't get Kristen Milotti to play her, then I am done with Hollywood.
Did you get
Did you
get a picture of young Cher also? I want to see a side by side.
No, I didn't. But I mean, just trust me. That's good casting right there.
Young Cher. I'm behind Kristen Milotti getting a lot of stuff. She's really good. She was great in that movie with Andy Samberg. I can remember his name, but I can't remember the name of the movie. That's it. That's exactly what I was trying to look for.
She was also the first wife in Wolf of Wall Street. She was also the first wife in How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. Yes, I'm looking at a picture of young Cher right now, and I agree. That's a good cast. I'd be down.
Yeah, Kristen Milotti as Cher, that would be great. I'm actually really interested in this. Now, here's the thing: I'm not a huge Cher fan. Probably the thing I'm most familiar with is either that song that I just tried to sing, "Believe," because that came out in the '90s when I was listening to radio.
Wait. So what you say is that you don't share in the fandom?
Oh, good Lord! Really? Just. Here, that was so bad, you're going to get this and this. That's how bad that joke was. Anyways, back to normal.
I earned it.
Yeah, you did. Good job. So, I'm not a huge Cher fan. But it's that song, and then of course the very classic "I Got You, Babe" from Sonny and Cher that plays on the alarm clock at the beginning of Groundhog Day over and over and over again.
I got you, babe.
It is a classic song, which is funny because I almost feel like you could ask anyone that was probably born in the 80s or later to recite, to just start singing that song, and I guarantee you probably at least 80% of them will all only sing the part that you hear on that alarm clock at the beginning of that movie. You won't hear any other lyrics from that song except for just that small little bit that plays when the alarm clock goes off.
Yeah, because the rest of it sounds, again, 80s or later, the rest of it sounds like, they say we're from out until we're done. That's what the rest of it sounds like.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I do like the idea of a Cher biopic. That's going to be very interesting to see. I will watch it.
I'm intrigued in the idea of her getting a biopic before she passes away. That is what I'm interested in. I like to see artists who have spent their entire life working on their craft, putting out music, putting out whatever their art is, and in their older age, they get to experience a movie about their life. They get to see that movie happen instead of they pass away and then the rest of us get to experience the movie.
I do want to call out real quick, Vernon in the chat, he is correcting me. It is actually pronounced biopic.
You put a T in there?
Yeah, I did just now, but I corrected myself. So this is a correction upon a correction. It's biopic.
It's pronounced biopsy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mispronounced that. So
yeah. Anyway, so hey, tune in, Tokyo.
Vernon's he really loves that wrench that he has.
Oh, he's working on losing that wrench.
Anyways, yeah, I like this idea. I'm hoping for a good casting announcement because I guarantee that the casting announcement for that is going to be something that I believe is going to be a huge news story. Because this hopefully may be one of those where when they announce who's going to play it, we're all like, well, and then when you actually see the movie, it's phenomenal. I will credit what was it, Renee Zellweger in Judy.
Yeah,
fantastic as Judy Garland. Oh my gosh, like I loved her performance in that.
And that goes to almost the same point that I have. You cast somebody in one of these biopics of somebody who's still alive. You have the opportunity of that actor being able to spend some time with them and actually get to know them and kind of take in what they're about.
Oh yeah,
namely, like Jamie Foxx spending time with Ray Charles. Like you saw that happen for Ray. So that's what I really like to see is that kind of stuff because I think that's what adds the proper flavor that a biopic needs. I'm not going to keep calling it that.
Yeah, because that's just wrong. Anyways, let's go back to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I know we talked about that a couple of weeks ago.
No easy transition there either, guys.
No, you can't go from Cher to Sonic the Hedgehog. It just doesn't happen.
Where's Garth? I think he can.
Do you believe a hedgehog can run at the speed of light? Sonic 2, we got confirmation now. A couple of weeks ago, we reported that they had shown there was a picture taken that we showed on the tagline here of like the little stand-ins of like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, thus kind of confirming that Knuckles was involved. We got a little bit more this past week where it was confirmed that Knuckles will be in this movie. He is in cahoots with Dr. Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey, and that their goal in this movie is to search for the Chaos Emeralds. Anyone who knows anything about Sonic the Hedgehog knows that this is actually like the root of the Sonic movies. This would be like if you were comparing it to a Super Mario movie, if they were to ever make one. It should be Super Mario is a plumber from Brooklyn. He's trying to save the princess from King Koopa. That's it.
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog is a hedgehog that runs fast, that's trying to save the animals and retrieve the Chaos Emeralds away from Dr. Robotnik while having to take on Knuckles the Echidna. That's it. That is the bare bones basics of this. And I kind of like this idea.
Yeah. Especially because, like, we obviously know from the video games that, you had Sonic 2, which was Sonic and Tails, and then you had Sonic and Knuckles, which ended up putting Knuckles in a playable character position, which means
Sonic and Knuckles did. Knuckles was a villain in Sonic 3.
Okay, so Sonic and Knuckles was the fourth one. Look, yeah, I was a wee lad. I was a wee lad when those games came out.
No, I was the appropriate age for it. That's why I'm correcting.
Yeah. So that means, like, you're looking at a situation where you have somebody who is an antagonist who will flip sides and be a protagonist at some point. You know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. The games are how old now?
How old?
But
don't answer that.
Yeah. This is what I'm interested in because this is obviously a lot closer to some storylines that you actually have featured in the games. But what I'm more curious about is that since we now have, a storyline that's pretty dang close to the games, we already saw what Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik looked like at the end of the last Sonic, and that he looks a lot closer to his video game counterpart. They actually took the extra effort to make Sonic look like his video game counterpart. Tails looks like his video game. Knuckles, the stand-in, looks like his video game. What I'm saying is, what I want to see is less James Marsden and more Green Hill Zone. That's really what I'm looking for here. Now, I understand effectively that kind of takes away a lot of the live action element to the movie.
Yeah.
But also, like, we live in a world where the Lion King that came out in 2019 is considered a live action movie. So who cares? Avatar, apparently, that James Cameron movie, apparently that's considered a live action movie. Live action is a loose term that we use now. So this is what I would like to see. I'd like to see more of, like, the zones from the games involved in this,
like the beginning of Sonic 1. Now it is still confirmed that James Marsden is also in Sonic 2. So we're still gonna see James Marsden. No. Whatever his like white bread name is.
John, I don't know.
It's like John Smith.
I am Chris Adams. Wait.
Oh God, yeah, I know.
Yikes.
I'm sitting here like disparaging someone from having a white bread name while the two of us here have these names. Here's one thing I want to point out with this, talking about Sonic 2. So, like I had mentioned before, that this movie sounds like what you expect to see in a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. This is, for what it sounds like right now, the video game transposed into a movie.
Yeah,
and that's what we want. I get that the first Sonic movie was essentially setting up getting us into Sonic the Hedgehog's world, thus being able to give us like Green Hill Zone and whatnot. I like that. Let's go back a couple of weeks where we were talking about the Mortal Kombat movie that just came out, where the first Mortal Kombat movie, everyone was dogging it for not actually having Mortal Kombat in it. The actual Mortal Kombat tournament is supposed to be the second movie. So, yeah, the first movie that came out was just setting up the second movie, which the second movie is going to be the actual translation of the video game. Here's the difference. The first Sonic movie, once they corrected that fugly Sonic that was shown in the first trailer, they did it right. They nailed like everything. Like, I'm a diehard Sonic the Hedgehog lover. They nailed everything, in my opinion, that they needed to nail to set up. They've earned the right to do a full-fledged Sonic movie.
Yeah.
This Mortal Kombat did not. I mean, I'll give it a chance. Hopefully, it will redeem itself once we get to the actual main idea. But I don't have high hopes.
It's a dangerous game to write a movie, especially a video game movie, to write a movie in such a way that you're beholden. You're beholden. That's the word. You're beholden to needing at least one sequel, if not two.
Yeah.
The video game genre is it's not a genre that you really can play around a whole lot with, because those movies aren't looked at in the highest regard. So to commit to doing that, say with like Mortal Kombat, very risky move. Sonic, they got Sonic looking right and got positive reception on that. And that positive reception was probably enough for them to say, okay, there's going to be enough butts and seats in this movie. Let's go ahead and throw Tails on at the end and feel okay about that. That I think that works out fine. But now, yes, I do want to see more of the actual Sonic world, Sonic environment that we know from the video games.
Yeah. Real quick, our friend from Brazil says he's taking off. He's got school in the morning. Good luck with your studies, sir. I know those are very important. Thank you for stopping by. Glad to have you here. Yeah.
Oh, but yes. I would love to see Knuckles and
Knuckles. Oh, that's right. We did used to call him Knuckles. Back when I was a kid and I didn't know how to read that word.
And we thought he was from Canada.
Wait, when did we think that?
He's a knucklehead.
Knucklehead. Yeah, okay.
Anyway, that's offensive to Canadians. Sorry.
They're not watching us, eh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
A boot.
We're from Texas.
You guys have no idea what it's like for us Texans.
Yeah, y'all.
Y'all.
So moving on.
Let's move on to our thumbnail story before I deep dive into Army of the Dead. Probably easily the biggest news of this past week is that Timothee Chalamet has been cast as Willy Wonka in a movie that's going to, I guess, deep dive into his origin. I like this idea. I like looking at Timothee Chalamet. I want to see him in something that's not so serious. All the movies I've seen him in have just been like straight up like hardcore serious roles. Like the most goofiest thing he had was like a romantic tryst with a peach. And that was like the funniest, like most off the wall thing ever. Oh yeah, you didn't see that movie. Yeah, it gets graphic with some peach fuzz. I'm just saying. But But yeah, I like this. Timothee Chalamet has a good, like, I do see him as a young Wonka. I could see him emulating like the original Gene Wilder. I can even see him in like a Tim Burton version of Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka. I could see that as a possibility as well. So I like this casting.
Cat. If you know the movies I haven't seen, you wouldn't be saying that about this one movie.
Yeah.
He has a channel called Cinefanatics. Yeah, no. This is gonna be interesting because here's the thing. You look at Timothee Chalamet, you look at his career so far. Yeah, he's somebody who's gonna be able to stretch and do all sorts of why did you bring that up while I'm in the middle of saying what I'm saying? Throw me off completely. He's got good range, is what the kids are saying nowadays. I think he's someone that I think we're going to see a lot of really cool stuff from, especially after Dune comes out this year.
Yeah,
because I think for some reason, if you don't consider him having blown up yet, I think Dune will probably set him on the right track, or at least has the power to.
Here's hoping it's good. I mean, it has a lot to live up for.
It's got a lot of hype. It's got a lot of hype around it for sure.
Yeah.
But Timothee Chalamet is a young actor who has got a lot of hype around him too. And for good reason. I mean, if you've seen his movies, he's good. He is a good actor. he is in the right career field for who he is. But also, if you look at the character of Willy Wonka, like, I know we don't want to talk too much about the Tim Burton one that came out, but
there's things about the Tim Burton that were good.
Yeah, it tried to keep closer to it was Roald Dahl, right?
Yeah.
Try to keep closer to the Roald Dahl books. This one I think is going to keep even closer, and will probably not. I have a feeling this one probably wouldn't be as quirky as, say, like the Tim Burton one, because Tim Burton, I bring that word up again. Tim Burton has a specific quirk to him.
Yeah.
So,
which was definitely apparent in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And that's the thing I was thinking of when I read about this news story is technically we got like really all the origin of Willy Wonka that we need out of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which I kind of feel like that was actually probably one of the things I liked the most out of that movie, was that we got a little bit of the backstory. Now, some of it was a little too heavy-handed, where like we would see the flashbacks and it would come back to like the present day, and Willy Wonka's like standing there like got PTSD about like he just can't move because he's recalling like how his papa treated him. That was like all weird and a little too much. But the idea, the story of Willy Wonka as like the son of a dentist, yada yada yada. I mean, I thought it was pretty legit. So
it's an intriguing story. I think that they did do some good stuff in the Charlie and Chocolate Factory. What I think though is like, for me, this kind of a project is one of those like I am going to need to see a trailer before I can get fully on board. Again, the casting aside, good casting. Timothee Chalamet is gonna rock it as Willy Wonka. But the reason why I'm not like fully on board necessarily is because I really did enjoy, say, the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder. I really did enjoy us not knowing anything about his past or history. Him just being a man of mystery, essentially. And that, I think, fed well into his character.
Okay, so this I didn't know, so I'm quickly looking up the story on Variety's website, because I feel
breaking
like they're probably like a major source of it. It's not necessarily breaking news. It was a part of the story that said Timothée Chalamet is playing Willy Wonka, but so this movie is called Wonka, and it's being directed by Paul King, who is known for directing the 2 Paddington movies.
Okay, so it's going to be a little quirky. Yeah.
It may have a little bit of quirk to it, but I feel like casting aside, like what Tim Burton showed us is to make a good Willy Wonka movie, you want to know like who's directing, who's the visionary behind this project. I haven't seen the Paddington movies. I get told pretty much daily that I need to have a little more positivity in my life and watch these movies. So based on the word of mouth of how good those movies are alone, especially because Paddington 2 now is the only movie that holds 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now that Citizen Kane's been knocked down, but it's insane. Because of word of mouth, I feel pretty good saying that like this might be kind of interesting. If you were to give me some like no-name director I've never heard of, like out of completely left field, I'd be like, I don't have much faith in this project. But if you're going to give me someone who has that resume, who has shown that they know what they're doing as far as directing a movie, that's going to add a lot more in what I believe is going to be a good production, a good product in the end.
You know what? Based on that, I kind of want to play a fun little game here. Imagine this movie with Timothée Chalamet playing Willy Wonka, but under the guise of different directors. First one, Denis Villeneuve. Willy Wonka movie directed by Denis Villeneuve.
I can't see that.
How would that look?
I can't see that.
Willy Wonka movie directed by P.T. Anderson. That'd be insane. It could be good,
but I can see that.
Yeah.
It would be quirky. Like for some reason, we really like the word quirky today.
That's the word of the night, guys.
Yeah. Like Koi's not watching this stream right now.
No. It's the word
As
of the
far as
night,
we know.
though. What's the word of the day? Quirky.
Ah! Yeah, okay. If anyone in the chat knows that reference.
They still haven't answered my first reference from the beginning of the video.
Yeah.
They're not going to.
The Ringer.
But it's the Ringer. Yeah.
It's the Ringer. We can go ahead. It's been more than 15 seconds. It's the Ringer, y'all.
Get him, Malcolm. Get him. Get him.
I know. I've been wasting all my time watching movies that I should have seen already in my life, like When Harry Met Sally and Sleepless in Seattle and Midnight Run. I don't know where I've been wasting my life not watching Paddington.
You know what's hilarious is I know you, and I know your affinity for food and food-related things.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to watch Paddington, and you're going to want to run out
marmalade
and go buy some orange marmalade and make some orange marmalade sandwiches immediately after.
I'm probably more inclined to just make my own orange marmalade at that point.
Right. See, Sean here. Sean says he's halfway through the first, and it's a delight. Exactly. It was a delight. They're both delights. And now I want to rewatch both of them, but I also should watch movies I haven't seen. Apparently, like Call Me by Your Name. Peach.
It's a good movie. Great cinematography.
So, Timothee Chalamet as Willy Wonka, directed by Zack Snyder. Release the Snyder cut of Wonka. Nah.
I'm going to shake my head no, just because I'm already visualizing how many like slow-mo, like unsaturated colored shots are going to be during the part where they're in the area where you can eat all the plants and everything, where the chocolate river is, where Augusta Gloop gets like sucked up and especially like because of how slow he's going to put all that. Imagine how long that song is. Now you see, you can be in a world of pure.
But the real question is how much out of focus scenes will you see in the glass elevator scene?
All of them, all the out of focus scenes.
Everything's out of focus in the glass elevator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I gave you the layup. Transition that bad boy.
You sure did. Thank you for that help on that. Let's get into my review of Army of the Dead, because this one over here definitely is not going to watch a zombie movie.
Bye.
So you can come back. You can hear about this. This is going to be a spoiler-free review, but it's going to be a real quick breakdown of this movie. Y'all, for those of y'all who don't know, I do like horror movies. I am a big fan of zombie horror movies. The original Dawn of the Dead is up there like in my top 3 greatest horror movies of all time. And I actually also really like Zack Snyder's 2004 update of Dawn of the Dead. So coming into this Army of the Dead, I had like great hopes, great feelings about this movie. Let me tell you about what I didn't like.
Real quick, let me answer this question. I love warm bodies. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. The things I didn't like about this movie is it's kind of weird. Like, I felt like there was a lot more on the humans than there was on the actual zombies in this movie.
Yeah.
It's weird saying that, because the other thing I didn't like is the characterization of the zombies. They made these zombies smart, intelligent, capable of recognizing like themselves as like a group of themselves. Like they're like, hey, we're all zombies. Let's all just be zombies together. Cool. We get that. When in zombie movies, you typically get the idea that they're all like self-centered. They don't have any intelligence to be able to recognize more than one of themselves. So they're all about like, let me run after food. Let me eat those brains. We didn't get that. We actually got like a family, like a cult mentality out of these zombies, which I thought was kind of weird. I applaud the idea of doing something different with zombies, but I feel like there needs to be like a hard line drawn at what exactly constitutes a zombie.
That reminds me, intelligent zombies. I liked World War Z also.
Yeah,
that's it. Carry on.
So going back to kind of like what you were saying, you like Warm Bodies. I did also like Warm Bodies because I like the idea that it did represent a very generic version of a zombie, but then all of a sudden was like, hey, we're capable of learning, of gaining some form of intelligence, of even possibly talking. I did like that aspect of it. But we were shown that through like maybe a couple of zombies, not like the entire race of zombies of every living being that inhabited Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that. But then again, there was a lot more focus on the humans, like this group of people that were going in, pulling off this heist. And there was a lot of, like, again, slow-mo and out of focus on this movie. I don't understand, like, much of Twitter why this movie was 2.5 hours long. It really did not need to be.
Ooh.
This isn't like some big zombie epic. This isn't the end-all, be-all of zombie movies. Like, I could understand if maybe you wanted to do a little bit more with like the 2004 Dawn of the Dead, which I know also like tend to linger more on the humans than the zombies. But it was also because for the most part, they treated the zombies what I expect a zombie to be. They did add in the fact that the zombies are capable of running, so they're just not all like slow moving brains type of zombie. They do move fast, they do run, but
they were like brains, and then I started running.
Okay. But like there was a nice healthy balance between like the humans and how they interact. I guess kind of it is the story maybe behind it. While Dawn of the Dead, it's all about the zombies, and they're trying to hold themselves up in a mall to stay safe from the zombies. While this movie, for the most part, they're trying to get the money out of a casino safe before the US government just bombs Las Vegas. That's the idea. It's all about the heist. It's not about the zombies. The zombies are there, which is why the government wants to bomb Las Vegas, but they're a second hand, a part of the actual story. It's all about get the money out before the city is destroyed. And that's what I feel like was kind of lost. If you're going to make a zombie movie, it really does need to be the humans versus the zombies. And I didn't feel like there was that big of a deal between the humans and zombies. It was more of them challenging themselves to get the money and get out of Dodge or Las Vegas. Yeah. So, that being said, there was a couple of good performances. I did like Batista in it. I did like, what's his face? Omari Hardwick. I liked him in this as well. I thought his daughter in this movie, not the actress herself, but just the character of his daughter was annoying, and she's responsible for probably like 90% of the people dying in this movie, and she just should have gone away and shut the whatever up. Like, she was just a ridiculous character.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, I did. So, otherwise, like, I get like some of the blurry shots were cool. Cinematography in some places was fantastic. Zack Snyder does have an eye for like good shots, especially like action shots. But that's roughly about it. This was definitely a movie you could tell that seemed to be made more on a Netflix budget rather than a straight going to a movie theater budget. So I feel like that kind of hurt it a bit. But overall, I'm going to say, based off a scale of 10, I'm probably going to give this movie a 6. It was enjoyable. It was watchable. I'll probably watch it again, but it's not going to be anywhere near the top tier of zombie movies, in my opinion. Should your opinion be different, feel free to let us know in the chat or drop it in the comments below if you are watching this on a replay. But
I'll tell you what, it sounds like a movie I'm never going to turn on and see.
no, it's not.
It's not my cup of tea. And to be more clear about that, I thought Shaun of the Dead was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Shaun of the Dead is fantastic.
I'm not as enthusiastic about Shaun of the Dead as some people. But it was fine. It was funny. That's where overall, like, zombie is not my genre. But again, like, horror is not my genre. So anything dealing with horror or zombies is usually not my cup of tea.
That being said, y'all, if you happen to be a future FCL opponent and you're thinking of putting horror on the wheel against this one, thinking that it's going to be like one of his weaknesses, I don't recommend doing that because he has been getting proper training.
Keep in mind who my brother is, and that horror is not one of his weaknesses. So by proxy.
I will reveal, though, I have yet to put horror on the wheel in the FCL.
Surprise, surprise. Ooh, breaking news, guys. He did not put horror on the wheel in the last match.
It wasn't on the match today, so.
I'm talking about the match.
Although in hindsight, I probably should have put horror on the wheel. So, It's a matter of knowing who you're going against. There is a little bit of strategy involved in this game.
I don't know if we're clipping these out at all, but if this is clipped out, guys, and you're on this channel, I'm probably going to try to make an attempt to clip out all of our reviews at some point because we need the collection. So if you're watching this in a clip out, whenever we get around to doing so, like years down the road, and you decided that you wanted to find out something about this Army of the Dead movie that you should have seen years ago, and you just happen to stumble upon our channel and our review of it, cool. We want to thank you. You can like, comment, and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And you can also check us out on Patreon because we do all sorts of fun stuff on there too. We appreciate you stopping by our channel. Come back again next time. We do a show on Tuesdays. It's called The Tagline. It's usually at 9:30 our time. That's Central Time. So whatever that equates to in your time zone. That's where this clip out is from, by the way, is that Tagline show. So come on back. We'll see you later. Okay. I love doing that and then breaking back down to, okay, well, we're done with that. Nope, we're still on a show. We're still doing a show.
We're like I think we lost one person, as you said, like, we're done. Thank you for watching. And then one person just took off.
Oh, I guess they're done. All right. No, well, almost. Yeah. Not quite.
Anyways, I guess that's it for tonight. Let's go ahead and end this. I mean, good timing there. Hey, if y'all have any other questions, comments, anything else you want to...
No, none of them are watching this show, let's be honest. I mean, Andres was here. He's about the closest to a competitor who's watching this show right now, so... I say closest to a competitor, he is a competitor. But what I'm saying is that nobody's watching this show right now. They'll make that mistake. They probably actually don't even know I'm weak at war.
Especially your potential future opponent is not watching this. I guarantee it.
Oh, yeah. That individual is definitely not watching this right now.
Anyways, y'all have any questions, comments, anything else y'all want to drop them in the chat, super chat, Streamlabs, all of those good places to drop those things. Let's wind this down because I still need to recover from the day's events. And I've only had one glass of this.
He hasn't put enough baby powder in his diaper yet. So
is that what that itch is?
Oh gosh, maybe you should get that checked out.
Agreed. So yeah, y'all have anything else? Go ahead, drop those. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Not much else. I mean, we're doing some good stuff over on Twitch. I would love to get some more viewers over there. So if you have a Twitch account, and you have a Twitter account and you're already following me on Twitter, stay tuned to that Twitter because I'm definitely doing some stuff over on Twitch. I definitely want to do more stuff on Twitch, but it really everything I want to do requires actually having an audience in the chat to participate and interact with. Because I want to do a lot of like community stuff, and I can't do community stuff without a community. So I'm really looking to like want to play games with people who show up in the chat and subscribe to the channel and everything. So that's a big thing. That's why I really want to like push the Twitch as heavily as I can, because I would love to see all of you guys over on Twitch. So I can, the quicker I get more of a community built up over there, the quicker we can do fun things like Jackbox games or Among Us or Mario Kart, Super Smash Brothers, literally anything that you can do like multiplayer games of. I want to do all of that with friendos. So go be a friendo over on my Twitch channel.
I will give y'all some inside information. We absolutely love Jackbox games. I love playing Jackbox games.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hurry up, get over there, help build his career.
That's the other thing to talk about. Kat actually brings up a good one. Did you guys talk about the Last Night in Soho trailer earlier? We did not. We missed the reaction on it was that and Gunpowder Milkshake. Did watch those trailers?
I haven't seen the Gunpowder Milkshake trailer yet.
Yeah, you haven't watched that one yet. I watched both of them this morning. Really good trailers. Very interested in both of these movies. But the reason I want to definitely highlight that comment is because we definitely want to get back into reacting to as many trailers as possible. There's just been a lot of like transitionary pieces that have been going on with us, with the channel, with what we're doing. We want to get back into laying out schedules and doing content for our channel. Give you guys something more to chew on rather than just a couple live streams a week. So when it comes to trailers like that, I want to be able to do more reactions to those trailers, not just the big Marvels or the Fast and the Furious trailers and all that. So
yeah. I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick. There was a shot in the trailer for Last Night in Soho that is absolutely gorgeous from a video editing, filmmaking standpoint. I can't find it. I wanted to find it so I could quickly like throw up like the GIF of it at least. But that is something I would like to do eventually in the future, is take like a couple of shots and scenes from movies and just react to those and like how we think maybe the shot was composed or what they did on it. This sounds a lot like, if you're familiar with Corridor Crew, that's what they do when they actually know VFX and they know what they're talking about. I want to do something similar to that, but from like the point of view of like all of us who don't actually work in the VFX like field. So
very little of what we were talking about.
Yeah, so I mean, we still have the ability to recognize like what kind of editing they might be doing, but we know that we don't have like I can do a lot of like cool things video editing wise, but stuff like that, like what they show in this like little clip in this trailer, is stuff that's beyond my comprehension.
Yeah,
and man, I wish I could find it. If I can find it, I might retweet it out on my Twitter, and then have like Cinefanatics tweet it out as well. So make sure you follow Cinefanatics on Twitter, Instagram. We are Cinefanatics MLP. Of course, you can also find me, Robert Adams MLP, Chris Adams MLP, Twitter, Instagram. I will probably try to. Yeah.
Point at your wall every time. Just the wall. There you go.
I am touching his room right now, even though his room is actually that way in our apartment.
Yeah, that's actually kind of funny. So Malcolm actually brought up this question earlier. I've only seen a piece of it so far. I haven't seen a lot, so I can't really speak too much. It looks silly.
I watched the first episode. I've seen a piece of the second episode, and the downside, I love MODOK. I'm a huge MODOK fan. I love like all the weird characters in Marvel. It's just like the show so far is cute. It's silly.
It's a word for it.
It's not hitting where I want it to hit.
It's too satirical.
No, I don't think it's satirical enough. I see the direction they're going, and I feel like they need to push it a little further. They need to go almost like Family Guy level of satirical. They're still being fairly realistic with it, and I'm like, you need to push it a little bit further. Just go off. You got a character who's a floating head with arms and legs attached to his hover. Just you need to go off the deep end on how silly that this show is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, they're already pushing the Robot Chicken style, so they're nearly there. Anyway,
punk.
Not yet, Vernon. Let's wait and find out. See how I do.
We're gonna need you for at least another 7 days or so. Possibly. It's gonna be a busy week. It's gonna be a quick week. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
guys, shout out to my cat who's been sleeping peacefully behind me this entire time.
She is past the fudge out.
Just a little ball of fur right there in the middle of the bed. She is where I would like to be here in a little bit.
She is KO'd. She is. She looks like she's had a busy day and she's just done.
She's done nothing.
She has slept all day. Anyway, guys, we appreciate having y'all here. Literally every single one of y'all. We've had 10, 11 plus people popping in and out of this stream while we were going. That's a pretty good number. We love that. We love seeing you guys here. Love interacting with y'all. We'd appreciate. No, actually, I don't know where I'm going with that sentence. No.
We like y'all having y'all here. Thank you for supporting us. Here. Thank you for supporting us by being here while we are live, interacting with us. It's a lot of fun. We've had a blast with this episode tonight. It's been so much fun. So, anyways, let's go ahead and wrap this up again. Patreon.com/Cinefanatics. Great things coming over this next month. If you hop on there right now, we appreciate nothing. If you hop on right now, you can join us at the Maverick tier on this coming Thursday as we review my first class league match, and I will give y'all what's actually going through my head during the match. I know we did that for my first match. We let pretty much everyone who was on the Patreon see. This one, you're going to want to hear what was in my head, because there's quite a few places in this match that y'all didn't see or hear or know, or there's a lot of good stuff that was going on during this match behind the scenes or behind the brain type of thing.
I'll give y'all a hint real quick. What's in his head? In his head.
Zombie. What's in your head? Yeah. Anyways, so
nailed it.
Yeah. That's going to be this coming Thursday. If you are at the Maverick tier, you will get that link to join us live as we rewatch that, and I talk about all the stuff that happened during that match. That was a lot of fun.
Also, I get to point out every single one of his mistakes while watching his match. What I was thinking over here while I was watching him compete and going, no, you stupid. No, what? No, that's not. No.
Yep, that's going to happen because I know of one that you are easily going to be calling out and making a big deal of.
And you know what's fun is our mod in the chat there, Vernon. He's going to call out one of the same exact ones I'm going to call out.
Yeah. Yeah, because he did it live during the match too. So good Lord. That's gonna be a lot of fun, y'all. I can't wait for Thursday night. If we could just skip all of Wednesday, I don't mind losing a part of my life. Let's just skip straight to Thursday night because I am looking forward to that stream.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's patreon.com/Cinefanatics at the Maverick tier. Hop on there. It's going to be very, very good and beneficial for you over the next, let's say, a couple of weeks or so. Maybe.
least next week.
Yeah.
Full 7 or 8 days.
At the dollar tier, you get on our Discord. In Discord, usually you get maybe like a little bit of information, say like when someone has a match coming up, or maybe sometimes we might drop who we're playing. Maybe like there's some good Discord benefits in there, even at the dollar tier. So hop on that. We're about to come up to June, which means we're going to have a watch along. I believe it's going to be probably Fast and Furious related, because I believe we've got Fast 9 coming up pretty soon. So if hop on that Discord, hop on a $1 tier at least. The $5 tier is what gets you the ability to join us for the watch along. If you want to see a Fast and Furious movie with us, drop that in. Hop on the dude tier, the $5 dude tier, and let us know which Fast and Furious movie you want us to watch, that you want us to talk about. So that'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that because I love all of those movies, but I am not above pointing out the silliness of those movies all day.
That's part of the fun of them, honestly.
Yep. And then again, Twitter, I told you before, follow us, Cinefanatics MLP, Chris Adams MLP, Robert Adams MLP. You can also find him at Twitch on twitch.tv/Chris Adams MLP. That is branding. Yeah, it's at Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. So
yeah.
Is there anything else we need to cover before we end this?
I think we got all of it. You guys know what all to do. We've done it before. We've said all the things before.
Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and end this. Thank y'all for watching this tonight. Thank you for being with us here in the chat. And if you like this video, make sure you drop us a like, because that helps us here on the YouTubes. Make sure you comment down below if you're catching this on a replay. If you watch this live, drop a comment as well. That still helps. So do all those YouTube things. That'll be great. Share this with your friends and family, because that's how we get known, is when people get the ability to see us. So share all over the place if you would like, and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button down below. That lets you know if you ring the bell when we're going live. If you're not following us on Twitter, which you should be doing anyways, that's going to do it for tonight. So as for myself, as for my brother, thank y'all for watching. Y'all all have a great evening. We will see y'all hopefully in a couple of days. You don't need to bust out your personal massager as we end. Okay, it's time to take... Yeah, sure. Later.
Oh, buddy.